We're studying music in movies. We're taking everything that we've learned about music, the music diamond, the duration, the tempo, the dynamics, the pitch. We're taking it all and we're putting it together to help us to better understand music in movies. So here we go. All right. Music in a film is known as the film score. A film score is made up of multiple pieces of music and songs. Each piece of music within the score is known as a cue. You ever heard the word cue music? That's where it comes from. That's the phrase. Film music can be divided into two categories. The first is music contained within the action. This is usually referred to as diegetic music. It's included in the story. For example, think of a diner scene and somebody goes in and they put like money into a jukebox or something to make the music heard or something like that, or they are listening to music on a radio and it breaks to a special announcement. That's diegetic music. That's music contained within the action. Most film music is non-diegetic. Background music is often referred to as underscoring. That means it just kind of lays underneath the dialogue. You're going to have an exercise later this week that's going to talk about that, and you're going to see just how important background music is. Background music adds to the mood of the scene. It reinforces the dramatic developments and the aspects of the characters. Background music is non-diegetic, and therefore it makes up most of the music in a movie. I would put this picture in because specifically for you 8th graders, because this is the Dolby digital sound music theater, blah, blah, blah. You'll actually see this. If you go to California for the LA trip, you will see this theater. So I wanted to include that picture just for you guys. So anyway, a quality film captures the audience's emotions. A dynamic score can help to inspire those feelings. Think about it. You know, when you hear the music, it can really rile you. It can sadden you. It can get you excited. It can also get you kind of anxious. Film music provides us with ideas about how we're supposed to feel during the movie scene, and it helps us interpret the message of the scene without using words. Think about that. How many scenes have you not heard one word uttered, but the music alone has helped you figure out how you're supposed to feel? There are 4 main functions of music in film. The first is that they create a sense of time and space. You're not going to have a 50s theme for a movie that's taking place in 2072. It's just, unless they're kind of trying to create a novelty kind of idea, but it's going to be more modern sounding. So that's creating a sense of time and space is what the function of the music does. It conveys or describes characters' ideas. It conveys or describes character ideas. It establishes a mood or an atmosphere, just like I was speaking about earlier. It gets you excited. It can also get you very sad. One of my favorite movies that I watched when I was a little girl was Rocky IV. Oh my, it just got you so pumped because the movie it was just incredible. And it established the mood of just intensity and patriotism and all this. It was awesome. It was really cool. It also expresses emotions. The music itself can give you a feeling that you'd never had. These vocabulary terms you need to be familiar with, and I'm going to explain a little bit in each one and give you an example so that way you have a better feeling for it. Instrumentation. This is why we've been studying the different instruments. It's the process of combining different instruments into a single score. Think about it. You don't have someone play the triangle every single measure of a song. You allow that triangle to be just a seasoning on the song to make it something special. You use the pitch of the song. You use the different tones. You have a double bass play those low tones. You have the piccolo play the high tones. You use the different instruments to be part of the instrumentation. A motif is a repeated narrative element that supports the theme of a story. Motifs in music are also very familiar. There is one right now that is highly popular. Think of Frozen 2. Think about when when Elsa is going off and she hears the siren. Ah! Okay, that's a motif. It's repeated over and over, and it supports the story. Rhythm is music's pattern in time. This is what you've studied. You've studied durations of notes. You know that there are long notes, there are short notes. That establishes the rhythm. Melody is a sequence of notes that are musically satisfying and they're most memorable part of a song. The first thing that came to my mind was the song, Hey Now, You're an All-Star, Get Your Game On. I was thinking about that and I was like, we don't remember the verse very well. I mean, you may know it, but you really remember the chorus, and that's the melody. That's the most memorable part of a song. And there's certain films that you remember that song from Shrek. There you go. Timbre. This is another reason why we started studying the specific instruments. The timbre of an instrument it might be playing the same pitch as another instrument, but it just sounds different. You guys know that I've told you the oboe to me just sounds like a duck, and it just sounds different than, say, if I hit the same note on a piano. It's a different timbre. Tonality is the arrangement of pitches or chords that develop the melody. The one that came to my mind was Little Mermaid. Think about when she sings, ah, ah. Think about that. The first one, it makes you want to sing the second one. That's the tonality. It lends itself to a sequence. It helps develop the melody. Now, the last two you are familiar with. Dynamics is the volume of the instruments, ranging from soft to loud. And then tempo, of course, is the speed of the music from slow to fast. Those two you're very familiar with. So you need to answer these questions, and they're on your worksheet as well, but let me just reiterate. For number one, music in a movie or film, what's it known as? Number two, true or false? A film score is only made up of one piece of music. Number three, film music can be divided into how many categories? Name those categories. 4, what are the 4 functions of music in film? And 5, in your opinion, which of the 8 vocabulary words do you feel is most important to music in the movies? Write your answers on your worksheet and email it to Mrs. Randlett. That's me. In the meantime, I want you to be thinking about the last movie you watched, or when you go and watch the next movie, I want you to think and listen to the music that is in that movie. I want you to think, is it creating the emotion? Is it creating a time and space? Is it doing these things? I want you to answer those questions. And we will keep working on this unit for the rest of the week.